If I think my cat might be overweight, what is the first thing I should do? You know, cats come in sort of all shapes and sizes, so a cat that weighs 12 pounds could be overweight, could actually be underweight, depending on how big their frame is. So it's not so much about the exact number of pounds that they weigh, but if you put your hands on either side of your cat's rib cage, if it feels pretty squishy and you have to press in to kind of feel their ribs, then kitty's probably overweight. If that's the case, really when it comes to cats, being overweight is largely a function of what they're eating and how much exercise they're getting. Strictly indoor cats frequently don't get a lot of exercise, so it's important that we try and stimulate them to exercise at least a couple of times a day, whether that's with a toy or a laser pointer or whatever it may be. The bigger thing here is really what they're eating. If we look at dry cat food, for example, dry cat food is extremely high in carbohydrates. Cats are obligate carnivores and metabolically speaking, really don't know what to do with carbohydrates. So in a lot of cases, it causes them to put on a lot of weight. So switching them to a fresh whole food diet that's low in carbohydrates is absolutely going to be, the biggest thing that you can do to help control their weight. And frankly, in a more global sense, it's the biggest thing that you can do to keep your kitty healthy. Why does it matter if my cat is overweight? Well, it actually matters for a lot of reasons. Kitties being overweight can lead to a number of medical problems, probably the most concerning of which is diabetes. Overweight cats do have a pretty high propensity to become diabetic. Managing a diabetic cat is not fun, very expensive, and not something anybody really wants to do. But even on a less life-threatening sense, overweight cats very commonly will get arthritic as they get older, and then they're living in chronic pain, they're having a hard time getting around. And once arthritis sets in, there are certainly things that we can do to help control that, but there's nothing that we can do to reverse it. So keeping them at an appropriate weight from an early age is critically important to their health throughout their life. My cat grazes throughout the day. Is that okay? That's kind of a tough question, actually. That question hinges on what you're feeding your cat. So if you're putting a bowl of kibble out and your cat's picking at it throughout the day, on the one hand, it's okay from the standpoint of the way that they're eating, but on the other hand, kibble is not really an ideal food for your kitty. An ideal food for cats is going to be a fresh whole food diet, and the truth is you can't put a fresh whole food diet in a bowl and let it sit there all day long like you would kibble. So I guess the distillation of this answer is you're better off meal feeding a fresh whole food diet rather than letting them pick at kibble throughout the day. Can products like Nutra Thrive help my cat on their weight loss journey? Absolutely. One of the things about their body, our bodies, maintaining a healthy weight is how healthy the body is in general. What's their gut health like? What is their immune system health like? And supplements like Nutra Thrive can help optimize their gut health, optimize their immune system health, and that, along with a biologically appropriate diet, can do enormous benefit from the standpoint of keeping them healthy and keeping them at an appropriate weight.